Hey guys, what's up? It's Truman here from The Truman Show, John Murdoch from Dark City, either one, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I recorded a video today in the morning that started like this. I went to a store to sell my phone because I need the money to buy cigarettes till the end of the month, then I can buy another one. Do you know what he did to me? He made me wait he said 75 bucks. He made me wait a half an hour. I left the store. I don't know what he wanted to do to check it out. He deleted the video that I recorded for you guys in the morning. It's called, What is a Maze? I was explaining to you in my video what a maze is and how it functions and how my life has been in a maze. An amazing video down in front of my building where you see some guy standing there, then moving, and I was explaining to you how I'm always surrounded by these people inside the maze to keep me confused. Basically, today is the 24th, by the way, of July 2019. A maze is this place where you start on level 1 and you keep going into level 2 and 3 and 4, and then out of nowhere, you think you're gonna hit the finish mark, you end up on level 1. It's a prison of confusion. Pretty much more than anything, it's a prison of confusion. That's what a maze is. So, how can these guys keep you in a maze for a long time and succeed? A lot of mind control, guys, in a maze. As you see, John Murdoch in Dark City, the 1998 movie, not the new one. I haven't seen it, but it looks pretty shitty. Dark City, 1998, with Kiefer Sutherland. John Murdoch in the movie, at 12 o'clock at night, everybody goes to sleep. That's when my bubble goes to sleep with me when I sleep. And then when I wake up, it wakes up with me when I open my eyes. So as you see, this is the first sort of cutoffs. It's covert, but right in front of me it happens. So John Murdoch, at 12 o'clock, everyone goes to sleep. Basically, my bubble, when I sleep, which surrounds me in a 3-mile radius, sleeps with me wherever I sleep. If I go downtown tonight and I want to sleep there, the bubble has to stay there. I have to keep surrounded by it. When I eat, it eats. When I sleep, it sleeps. Basically, these bunch of people that surround me wherever I go, in order for them to replace everybody around me in case I come out, they have to stay very close. Very close. Anyways, the guy at the store deleted that video, and I don't know what he did to the phone. At the end, he tells me, oh, they gave some errors, we can't buy this phone. There's nothing wrong with it. I just bought it 2.5 weeks ago, you guys know, at the beginning of the month. Remember when I was recording with the small camera? Anyways, in the movie Dark City, John Murdoch is always, he wants to come out of that misery, that confusion, in dark, dim energy city. And he's always fantasizing about Shell Beach. Watch that movie. It's exactly like The Truman Show, but in a different way. Both movies were made around the same time I fell, 1998. Same time, 97, 98. It was the time where I fell into this maze and I got miserable. Basically, what a maze is, guys, it's a land of confusion. You keep going around in circles, in circles, in circles. You have to figure it out. It takes a lot of strength to handle the attacks on your mind that keep you confused. Like you see around me, psychological warfare, always people talking and moving. So I'm inside the maze trying to come out, and the whole time around me, there's this going on around me. Talking, bumping into me, walking towards me, noises from the trucks, this. Inside the maze. This is happening, this is happening, this is happening. This is one of the elements that's doing this to me right now inside the maze. So I can't think. I can't function. It's very easy to figure out a maze. It's very difficult. But once you figure it out, the exit's very simple. Because it's knowledge. You have to know how to exit it. So I'm in this dark city, in this bubble that moves with me, precedes me everywhere I go. If I take a step forward, because I'm microchipped in my eye, the sonar, the bubble automatically has to move a foot forward. If I take a step east, it has to go a step east. So it's always around me, this 3 miles. So I never figure it out. Now, waking up, you see in Dark City, everyone goes to sleep because they're asleep, they're brainwashed. When you wake up and start to ask questions about your environment, you realize that you're in a maze. You're not in real life. And you realize that the environment around you is irritating, it's provoking, it's always doing this to you. So you stay defocused and always distracted. There's always distractions. That's why people point. That's why they talk too much around you. That's why these cars turn in as I get close. These are all distractions. It's not a natural environment. It looks real as if they're doing something normal. But when you pay close attention to how they bump into me, how they're always around me, even from far away, in my view, there's always something moving. Whether it's busy, whether it's quiet. Watch my videos in the middle of the night. What happens at 4 o'clock in the morning? So the idea to keep all this action and busyness around you and the noise, it's doing this to you inside the maze. So you can't concentrate, you can't think, you're always confused. They're attacking you by hearing noise, by way of your eyes always moving so you can't concentrate, and psychological warfare so you can't think. And women, so you think with the small head, not with the big one. These are all distractions that take you and take you and take you and take you. So, see, somebody comes out of there as I'm walking. There's always someone moving this way, that way, and they keep you in the maze, not thinking, running away from far, running and running and running, because you can see something moving like this. And they time it perfectly that when they cross you, they're almost bumping into you. So I'm in the maze. These are the irritants around me. That's what they're doing, to keep me irritated, provoked, defocused, you name it. Listen to all the extra noises I'm gonna hear here by the bus driver and everybody. Unnecessary movement and noise in front of me wherever I look. Conversations, tapping their hands. Anything. I have to see constant movement in front of me. Someone talking on the phone. This is the same setting. Couple over there, GFE is hugging her. Same tactics being played to me in every setting I walk into. It's not a natural place where people are just taking the bus to get somewhere. It's a dismantlement setting. Whether I'm walking on the street, inside the bus, inside the emergency room, inside the courthouse, anywhere I go. It's the maze around me going like this the whole time. So I can't think, I can't concentrate. I end up getting irritated from one setting to another and going right back home, driving myself back into isolation. Right away, you get stuck with people around you. They come the closest possible. So you feel you're always in tight places. It's not spacious, you can't breathe. That's the idea. This is the maze doing this to you while you're inside of it, so you can't concentrate. It's killing your concentration so you don't figure out that it's a maze and how to come out of it. It looks like a normal setting, that people there are just taking the bus home or whatever, but you look at the small characteristics and weapons used against you, psychologically, visually, and by way of hearing, but you can see the attacks coming in covertly. In every possible way. I can show you in every setting that I walk into, it's the same shit, same tactics being applied covertly on you. It's a setting, from one setting to another. So then you end up isolating yourself because it's very destructive. You walk into that setting, you get pushed by people around you right away, so you feel claustrophobic almost, and then this starts to happen around you. Talking, annoying, pacing, whatever it is, this the whole time. So you end up hating yourself, you become miserable. It's a science to make you miserable. And it's also the kind of people they choose to do it to you. If you look at their faces, it's that dim, low energy, cold person where you'd find in a society all alone because people don't like that energy. They're always left out. So what they did is they selected them and put them in a nice big bubble and wrap me with them everywhere I go to do this to me. So their movements aren't really annoying. They're exerting their negative energy with their movements and sounds. Because the more you move as a human being or you make a sound, you're exerting whatever energy you got, whether it's positive or negative. So I'm surrounded with this negative energy that's exerting its negative energy around me wherever I go in the maze. It makes me miserable, makes you miserable. Because you need warmth. You need that kind of person that passes out warmth, or even neutral is fine. As long as it's not intentionally done around you, that person's negative and he's there to exert that energy on you, which will keep you miserable. You're always around them. They're all around you, moving, talking, screaming, kids, whatever, and being the closest possible to you, pacing. The bus is a great mood because they have an excuse to pace. They need you to sit in this seat. And even every bus I get into, it's a setting. It's designed for me to sit in a certain place and to be attacked this way or that way. There's always this empty seat that seems strategic for all these things to take effect like this around you. Whatever it is, women, sex, noise, anything, you know, as long as that you say to yourself, I want to breathe, I need a little bit of space, boom, no. So the bus is a perfect place to do it covertly because it looks very natural. It's rush hour, it's busy, people are taking the bus. But when I film for you guys videos in the morning, in the middle of the night, and you see the same thing, look at the actions being exerted. It's the same detail. They're tactical. There's certain tactics being applied. In my old videos, there was a lot of coughing, a lot of, you know, abrupt things and pacing, unnecessary, exiting from the front when you're at the back, the bus driver kicking the coin machine for no reason, there's nothing in it, doing these sounds, whether it's machine or human. It's designed to pretty much make you miserable. You become miserable. There's always this machine around you going ta 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 ta. Can't concentrate, can't think. You're always distracted from here to there. Psychological warfare, noise, movement, excuse my language, food, drugs, whatever it needs to apply on you. They tap you. They've been tapping me my whole life. They know everything about me. They know what I like. They know what I don't like. So every time I don't have something, it's constantly flashed in my face over and over again to tease me with it. Tease is a huge one. And there's always doubt in your environment. Every person that you meet resembles a toy soldier that's bringing in a certain tactic to remind you of your bad things. That's when it comes to psychological warfare. They're elements. They're soldiers that have to connect with their phone to their boss. It's compartmentalized. They don't all know each other. Each 3, 4, 5 know the boss or whatever, or the boss for this bus, for example, that set up the setting for me before I walk into it. On my right, there's this. On my left, there's that. This one's coming in. This one's coming out. It's like that in every single place I walk into. I will show you all the similarities, whether it's a courthouse or it's fake. It's fake. The employees at all the stores, it's not them, they switch them. So this bubble that sleeps when I sleep, and when I open my eyes and get up, everything goes chick, 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 chick in my path as I walk forward. Gets switched into this dim energy person that's trained to apply the same tactics on me, whichever store I walk into. I'll get what I want out of the place in the end. If I want ice cream, I'll get it. If I want a coffee, I'll get it. But they decide what kind of coffee I get. If they want to piss me off, I order double, I get a regular. I want ketchup on my burger, I get mayo. It's not cooked well. So, because they control all these toy soldiers that flipped. These aren't the real people that work in there. You could tell from their tactics, the way they're moving, the way they're talking, everything. It's ludicrous. So guys, this is pretty much the maze I live in and I've lived in. There's always movement. Even here, I come off here, they're expecting me to come here. That person that just walked that way was sitting there and waiting over there. As soon as I get out, there has to be all this movement happening. Cars come in, look. People come out of there. People come from behind. When I look this way, when I look that way, these two walk over there. This guy walks away. So you're coming into dismantlement setting that's set up around me. They're waiting for me. That's how this works. We could see it. Look at their faces. They all possess that same negative energy. All this was waiting inside to come out as soon as I get here. It didn't just happen that the subway just came, or that didn't just happen that the bus just came, or whatever. That's how it works. Now, I walked into the mall today. Like I told you about the phone, he deleted one of the videos that I recorded for you. I called it, "What is a maze?" Similar to what I'm saying right now, but it came out natural. This one I had to remember what I said to you in the other video to say them. So let's hope it comes out as good. Not only did he delete it, the phone doesn't charge as fast anymore. He tells me there are errors in the phone. I just bought it. So he said, I'll buy it for $75. Made me wait a half an hour. I left. By the time I came back, he deleted the video and I don't know what he did to the phone. We're gonna find out. No, I'm going to a place in downtown. So anyway, the place I walked into, it's called Phone Lab. I called them yesterday. There was this girl there called, what was this, Indian girl on the phone. When I showed up, I saw the guy with the glasses and the other guy that looks like a sheikh, Muslim sheikh. He's the one who screwed up my phone. I asked the guy with the glasses yesterday, Lumita, her name was. I go, how many people work in the store? He goes, me, this guy, and 2 more guys. I go, no girls? He said, no. And I swear to God to you guys, an hour earlier, I spoke to this girl called Lumita. Anyways, look at every place I walk into, how it's designed. There's always a wheelchair, a cane. Now they're changing them a bit. Sexy woman posing in a specific way, or when I turn, she's set up to look a certain way. Every setting is the same. I didn't just come out of the bus and come here, it's normal. No, watch every place I go into, how all the elements exist in it, and they apply the same tactics. Psychological warfare, because I put on my bag now, and I'm actually going to stay in the same place for a while, look. So you see that right away in front of you in bright orange, so you can notice it. It's a setting of dismantlement, full of psychological warfare, whatever you like when it comes to, certain things, whatever. That's what it is. It's nothing more than that. It's not a natural setting. It's set up to dismantle you. It's a fake setting. So anyways, guys, what is a maze? A maze is a place of confusion. It's a place that, it's a prison. More than anything, a maze is a prison. They say on the internet, it's a game, whatever they make it, give it entertainment, while the elites are looking at us and laughing. In my case, my maze is a prison. I'm stuck in it. I'm going in circles, can't figure out where I'm gonna go. I get to level 4, I open a door, I see level 1 again. I gotta restart. Maze. And on the way, confusion, mind games to keep you distracted, to keep you irritated. All over the place. That's the idea. Now, I'm living in rush hour. It's a busy time. So we're not going to talk about the business. Just look at the people's faces. That's what I ask you, to see if you see any warm, kind faces or just mean, cold faces in my camera. That's all I'm asking you. Because it's very busy. There's a lot of people. So, and you gotta look how things isolate themselves around me. How they work out themselves to be around me and in my view, whichever way I turn, this way or that way, for example. You see that? You gotta remember, it's a setting. So they're not gonna get anybody to sit in front of me now because I'm exposing everything really strong. It's a setting. A man coming to pace in front of me. Same elements. They happen in every single place I walk in, every single place. Somebody coughing, a very unattractive person. I told you all the tactics. Every single place is a setting. It's not a natural life. Pacing, moving, sitting in front of you, sitting in your way, all that stuff. Slowly the bricks are being laid one by one. You come into a setting, it's nice and open and spacious. Within 10 minutes, there's like a zillion around you going like this. Talking, sneezing, showing you their butt, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. They're attacking you with all these elements. That's the idea. Pacing again and sitting in front of me watching. That's the idea. And ask. But don't take this as a, sort of say, okay, well, this is just a normal place. People are going into the subway, they're walking, whatever. No, guys. It's constant bricks being laid around you to block you, movement and noise. And it's the speed, the way they're walking. Look at their faces, the energy they're exerting. That's how it is. Now, this is a subway, it's rush hour, and we're not going to say much in terms of the things. Just apply this video to all the other videos that I film in terms of tactics being implemented on me here that I point out. That's all. And energy, remember, it's all about energy. Guys, that's what a maze is. You have to be surrounded with the right kind of negative energy to keep you miserable. It's a science to keep you miserable so you don't figure out your inner maze and how to escape it to begin with. Misery, bad stories, bad looks, dirty looks, mistreatment. You don't get things done. I go to data sell my cell. I get that happening. He goes into my phone. He deletes my video. He tells me it's screwed up. You can't sell it. Now I go to the next one, which is also a part of the maze. They back each other up from one answer to another. So you get a reject, 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 reject. Can't get anything done that way. You think you're dealing with different people in different places, but they're all answering to the same entity that used them to replace everyone real there for you. That's the maze. The time I open my eyes, the maze around me, the 2, 3, 4 mile bubble activates, goes, it's ready. As soon as I walk out of the house, they're in position to attack. And every setting is the same. Every setting, same thing. Look at all the elements, all the tactics. It's a one setting to another. Pretty much the design is to discourage you from coming out there, isolating yourself at home. That's what happened to me at first 20-something years ago when I was first applied. But then when I woke up and you start to understand and read what's happening there, you realize you're in a prison. How did it become a prison? If everybody real, when you come out of your house, is being replaced with one of their guys and implementing those tactics on you to make you miserable, it's not only a prison now, you're cut off from the world. It's a miserable place. It's a prison and misery on top. So not any human being can do that. They had to pick those specific, special human beings that have no value in society, where they have no talent. Not many people like to be close to them, around them, because they exert this negative energy. So they pick those little black beans, one from there, one from there, one from there, which aren't usually together. And they combine them together as a group to exert that full dark energy on you, which is right around you the whole time. Constant movement, constant whatever, because movement exerts whatever energy you have to offer. If it's good, you'll feel good. If it's bad, you'll feel bad. It's exerting the inner energy to the outside. Lots of noise, lots of movement, anything. That's a form of expression in terms of taking that inner energy and getting it out. So it's very important by who you're surrounded with. In society, in normal life, when we grow up, in our family, part of our blood, if we're the color yellow, all around us is yellow. If we're the color blue, all around us is blue, because we're the same blood. And then we go into society, it's mixed with all kinds of colors. We choose and pick who we get along with, and then we end up combining with that group. What happened with me is I was adopted into this, let's say, dark colored family, and I'm light colored. And that dark colored family, slowly, my surroundings, they picked dark colored people and surrounded me with them. So I stayed within this maze, this misery all this time. It's a specific kind of person that you're completely the opposite of. So it's mostly a war of energy going on here. It's all about energy. We're creatures of energy. This is harvesting. It's, you know how they say sacrifice for the gods and a lot of these metaphors and elements. This is a harvesting of energy. When you torture someone constantly, they exert a specific kind of energy which relates to the electromagnetic field that we live in. That's how the elites benefit from this. The people on the bottom that are doing this don't understand. They have a bit of ignorance, but what they're doing is they're feeding off that energy. It's like a vampire feeding off warm blood. It makes you feel better about yourself, because this special volcano has a lot of self-esteem, a lot of strength, a lot of everything. And all these small icicles around him, surrounding him, they need to feed off that. They need it because they don't have it. It's kind of like stepping on someone in order for you to feel high, you know? So everyone along the pyramid benefits from this, and it's compartmentalized. This group doesn't know that group. They deal with their boss that they answer to. These 100 bosses have another 10 on top. These 10 have one. Pyramid shape. You guys know how it works. But it's the combining of all those elements and the dark energy around you which makes it a harvest of energy. When you torture someone, they exert a specific kind of energy that they want. And this, believe it or not, we're all connected. What this does to you is it makes the, like I said, the icicles around the volcano feed on fire, which they desperately need for whatever purpose, to stay alive, to function, for self-esteem, for whatever the case may be. It's a feeding frenzy
Next station is
to surround someone with all these settings of dismantlement and pick specific kind of people to do it to him. In the end, that's what it is. It's sort of a sacrifice for the gods on a slow moving scale. Give that person pain so he can exert that energy out. That's the reason why I wasn't killed. They could have killed me when I was a child if they didn't want me. Why would they adopt me and put all this effort, all that money into creating all this? Do you know how much money they've invested into this? Do you know how many jobs were created in the last 30 years? There's people that have built their lives on this and they're millionaires. Wives, kids, everything. So, but to the people on the top, it's not about money. They have a printing machine. That's why they financed this project. It's about harvesting energy. It's all about energy in the end. They need that bright volcanic energy to bleed. It's someone sticking needles in you for you to bleed slowly. It's harvesting energy to the elites. That's why they're investing all this money into it, because they're not benefiting. What are they benefiting on it? They spend billions and billions into this project. The smaller people, they're making money. And they're feeling better about themselves because they're stepping on someone that would normally step on all of them in real life. So, but the elites, these are the ones that are harvesting that energy. They need that. It's very important to them to create that dim energy. They're flipping things upside down this way. They're picking a strong element that would tower over all, and they're getting all to tower over him. That's pretty much the game here. So the maze consists of a combination of daily rituals, you could call it. Daily ritual. That they have to make that person feel a certain energy in order for the daily ritual to function. You have to get enough abuse in order for them to harvest that energy from you. What else? So guys, the maze consists of settings that I walk into, and every setting does this to me in the same way. The video store, the mall, the subway cart, the bus, the talking on the side, the sneezing, the coughing, the bad faces, the bad looks. It's exerting all that bad energy right around me, going like this the whole time, for me to be always depleted. So I can't function, I can't think, I can't focus. I'm always distracted with whatever the case may be. Sex, food, drugs, whatever, irritation, tease, doubt in myself. Every person comes in with a certain agenda to apply, with a certain look. I gave you the examples last time. If I don't have any cigarettes, as soon as that person sits in front of me, he'll light up a cigarette. I'll go ask him for one, he'll say no. What did they just do right there? They pinned you with a needle and exerted energy out of you, took energy out of you. They made you miserable. And then the next one will do the same in his fashion, in a different way. This is it. It's very simple. It's harvesting of energy. It's rituals being done on a daily basis of that person's torture. Psychological, emotional torture, because this is not physical. And that is very powerful. It creates certain energies out there. That's why the elites do it. The ones on the bottom, they think they come out there, make a buck, go home. Very simple. That buck helps them to move forward. That buck is not made that easy outside, at least not that amount of money. They come there, but what they do more than anything is they feel better about themselves when they leave, because they just witnessed and met somebody that is 10 times the man that they are, and they were able to step on them. You gotta understand, you're dealing with this kind of creature. The only way it could smile is off your misery. If you're smiling, it's miserable. My videos prove it. You just look at all their faces. If I was miserable right now, it'll be huge energy right around me. That's how it works. It's either this or that, because it's a feeding frenzy. There we go. So, my friends, the way this works is exactly like this. The video that they deleted today in the morning, not because of what I said, it's because of what you saw in front of my building. Some guy started doing construction, making noise, and I proved it on video. It was a great video proving exactly what surrounds me, the machine that surrounds me, how it operates and how it attacks me. A truck passes by, somebody paces, they wait a bit. Everything I say on camera, they try to do the opposite, so I prove to you that they tap me. It was beautiful video. It was about an hour something. I take my phone to sell it to this guy, he deletes the video. You guys know I never lie to you about anything, I have nothing to prove. I just want to come out of this prison. But it's the beauty of what's going on is I proved to this entity that in a short time I can wipe the floor with it. And now I'm gonna escape it. So whether I'm passing by someone, their phone rings, that's not by chance. It's an implementation of noise, movement, and implementation of whatever tactic they're designed to do to nail you. So, my friends, somebody comes out from here. It's not by chance. They didn't just happen to come out as I got here. They're waiting there. That's how it is. That's why you see a lot of entrances and exits in front of me. It's this fast movement. It's an energy attack to drain you of your energy. I get to the corner, they're moving. As I get there, they're talking. When I get there, you guys know the drill. You've seen all my videos with the buses and the carts and everything. That's what it is in the end, you know? But no, today's video in the morning was amazing. I proved a lot in it. This here, what I'm experiencing, what you're seeing is nothing but what I'm saying. You can take it into consideration and apply it at all the other videos that you've seen before. It will hit the nail on the head. Every place I walk into, look around me, what happens? What tactics are being used? By what people? It's the same thing. It's like Groundhog Day. Also, that's also a movie that applies to this. You're living the same day over and over again. Every single place you go into, it's a setting of destruction that's ready to dismantle you. So on my trail, my bubble, they've been pretty much the whole city on me in this huge 3-4 mile bubble. Everything around me, guys, is designed to irritate me, attack me, hit me with psychological warfare, whatever it does. And how can you prove that, what I'm saying? Look at all the people that I encounter. Tell me if you see one kind face. It's very simple. That's how you can prove this. They all possess the same energy. All of them. Just look at their faces. I don't have to prove anything more. That's it. Only that. I don't even have to say anything. And size. Size is very important to them. Because the bigger the object in front of you, the more it clogs up your way. Whether it's object or a human. Size. You notice that in my videos. There's always big, huge people. So obviously there's going to be someone waiting here because they know I'm coming here.